Hello, this weekend's Full Moon Hacksaw National Jazz Blues Radio, hour number 1. Sponsored this time by Rayner's UK Cafe, 51st Avenue, just north of Thunderbird. Open right now.
Jamie, good morning. Ernest Bardwell, long time no talk to, but not really.
I wish you were mine all of the time. I wish you were mine all of the time. The cold wind is blowing and I wish you were mine. Once I thought I had you, I held you so tight. I loved you so madly, with all of my might. Well, I must have been mistaken, 'cause you left with the night. I met you unexpectedly, it was a surprise, and I could feel you near before I looked in your eyes. My heart says stay here, but my head says to go. My love, all I know is that I wish you were mine all of the time. I wish you were mine all of the time. The cold wind is blowing and I wish you were mine. And I could feel you near before I looked in your eyes. My heart says stay here, but my head says better go. My love, all I know is I wish you were mine all of the time. I wish you were mine, baby, all of the time. Cold wind is blowing and cold wind is blowing and the cold wind is blowing and I wish you were mine all of the time. Wish you were mine all of the time.
Brand new from Karen Allison. I'm looking at the album cover right here. Some of That Sunshine. That's what we get in the summertime. That's the lead-off track. I Wish You Were Mine. With Hacksaw Jazz, another segment, and before that, Gil Evans, the big band in 1959, a version of the theme. He did an extended version of it later on in the 60s, which also included a guitar soloist. Happened to be Ray Crawford on both recordings. Also very, very good, but I happen to like the Elvin Jones solo in the 1959 versions. Elvin Jones playing drums with the Gil Evans Orchestra. Some of our classic along with the brand new releases. Our sounds are jazz and blues. And on Facebook Live, I have, in place of my necktie this hour, a tie-dye t-shirt which was from the 2000 King Biscuit Blues Festival. And I was thinking of some of the many acts I enjoyed there. There must be 50-some groups or bands or solo and duo acts between two stages, maybe 3 or 4 stages, at that free festival, the biggest one of the South in Helena, Arkansas, every October, the first full weekend of October over Columbus Day. I'm thinking of some of the acts I saw in 2000, if memory serves me correctly. It was Lonnie Shields, who happened to be a Helena native. And here is his brand of the blues, rhythmically compatible with the last selection. You know, one thing inspiring the next, with Hacksaw Jazz.
My day and night filled with dreams, had no one to love, although it seemed you came to me to help me to see that all of our dreams came to be. You're my midnight delight, you're my midnight delight, you're my midnight delight, you're my midnight delight. You came to me in white, you set my night aflame. You didn't even tell me your name. But that's alright, I think I love you just the same. Come on midnight, won't you be mine? You're my midnight delight, you're my midnight delight, you're my midnight delight, you're my midnight delight. It's getting late, I can't hardly wait. Come on midnight to rescue me. Set me free, that's the way I want it to be. Come on midnight, can't you hear me calling? You're my midnight delight, you're my midnight delight, you're my midnight delight, you're my midnight delight. Night is falling, loneliness once again. Come on midnight, won't you be my friend? Midnight, can't you hear me calling? Once in my life, I just want you to be my friend. Delight, midnight delight, you're my midnight delight, you're my midnight delight. I think I love you for once in my life. I believe I found someone to true say you'll be my wife. Come on midnight, won't you see me calling? Oh, when midnight, won't you be my friend? Midnight delight, you're my midnight delight. Oh, you're my midnight delight. Yes, you are. You're my midnight delight. You're my midnight delight. You're my midnight delight.
What we played before over then because we recorded.
Hey, Ron Fingers Tropiano. And a hello right back at you. Gary LaLuja, good seeing you the other night. Quite a party. John Rawhouse, I know you're partying somewhere in the world. Steve Trinick, Tank, Scott Ellis, Mansoray. Thelonious Monk at the piano, and his original San Francisco Holiday, recorded indeed in San Francisco at the Black Hawk. And if you've ever had a chance to visit that charming city, I think you might agree that that captures the spirit. With Thelonious Monk, he had some tenor saxophonists with him, several of them. I believe that was Johnny, or rather Harold Land, playing the solo. And we also heard a little bit of trumpet from Joe Gordon with Thelonious Monk. Some guests with the ensemble. Preceding that, Lonnie Shields, and he's a Delta, Mississippi, and Arkansas bluesman, but his music tends to be on the soul side, and we heard his title track of Midnight Delight. This hour brought to you by Rayner's UK Cafe, open for breakfast and lunch until 3:30 most days, a little bit earlier on Sunday, closing up shop. But she's there at 51st Avenue north of Thunderbird, and I'm looking at the flavored latte menu. Not sure you can pick that up on Facebook Live or not. You'd have to look very closely and quickly to get everything from the Pink Squirrel to the Cracker Jack latte, or Cracker Jack's latte. Yes, Rayner's making jazz and blues possible on the air. And also wanted to let you know that Hacksaw Jazz is available on YouTube. That's all you need to search for, Hacksaw and Jazz. Put them together and get an eclectic combination of salsa, blues, and bop, which we call our music, every week, same time, same station across the nation. And we mix in our new releases too. We have about at least 4 of them to reveal to you that just came out these past weeks, a couple weeks, in the ensuing moments of the program. So, Hacksaw Jazz on YouTube, also our other social on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. It's all presented by Gifts and On, 12-step gifts and books, Gifts and On, 2 words on Facebook. Now I have a peppy number from the piano, Hilton Ruiz, doing Mambo In. Love it when a plan goes through. How about that one? A new name on us, trumpeter Nabate Isles. A release called Eclectic Excursions. We took the track Exchanging Pleasantries. Everything well named there, and the mood to boot. And he had with him on the album Christian McBride on the bass. I'm not sure if McBride was playing the electric on that particular track, but there are a number of musicians, some of whom we've heard of, others newcomers to us. But Nabate Isles, a new release. And preceding that, Hilton Ruiz on piano, and his CD, A Moment's Notice. I'm looking at the cover. He's wearing a pretty nice necktie there. He's got good taste in threads, and Mambo In is what we heard. A preview from next hour, since I'm not wearing a necktie this hour. You can see here that this is hand-painted. So the next hour, sometime this weekend, you'll see exactly what is painted by hand. You know, I'm in the mood for a true classic in jazz. It doesn't matter when our music was recorded. It just sounds fresh any time. And when you have an innovator like Coleman Hawkins on the tenor saxophone, you're dealing with the cream of the crop, the best of the best. You know what we mean? This is the masterpiece, the true hit of his entire career, a ballad played by Coleman Hawkins, tenor sax, Body and Soul. He's got some trombone in there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the charming Miss Carmen Lundy from Florida, doing Maurice Ravel.
Tonight is night, the
Nicely done, great singer, good taste, and jamming all at once. Carmen Lundy, she's from Florida. She's the sister of Curtis Lundy, the bassist. They are there together, but it's her album. And she's doing a version of The Lamp is Low. It's based on a Maurice Ravel melody, which we have confirmed. We played an instrumental version of that last week on the program and just had to hear it again. Carmen Lundy, The Lamp is Low, preceded by Coleman Hawkins, the original Body and Soul. Listening to Carmen Lundy reminded me of a time I almost got to see her live. It was one of the Glendale Jazz and Blues festivals here in Arizona, which unfortunately is no more. But this particular year was successful. There were a number of locations and stages of live music. She was positioned at one stage. Marcia Ball was positioned at another stage. I was playing drums on yet one way down the street, maybe blocks down the street, and I wanted to see both ladies that day and didn't get to see either. So I hope Carmen Lundy and I will meet up again one day. It just brought back that memory. It's one of those things that we can talk about here on Hacksaw Jazz and on our various media, but we have no monopoly on YouTube or Facebook Live. For example, on YouTube, there's a Crazy Legs Hacksaw tutorial. If I want to brush up on my dance step, I check out that. That's something you might see alongside of a Hacksaw Jazz Hour broadcast. We have enough time for Duke Ellington, the big band, his sideman, Billy Strayhorn, side composer and arranger, hand in hand, I suppose we should say, from the Far East Suite. This is from a tourist point of view. The dynamic big band of Duke Ellington. Duke Ellington from the Far East Suite. It's a side of the Duke not really heard often, although one of his specialties was composing in long form. For example, that was one of 9 parts of the Far East Suite. It's called Tourist